the Female Entrepreneur Association. So in this video I want to share an idea which some might think is a little controversial, but I happen to think is really, really liberating. Have you ever asked yourself the question, what is my purpose in life? And then felt the heavy burden of that question weigh down on your shoulders as you realise you do not know the answer to that question? Well, I have felt like this before, and I have carried that burden around with me for far longer than I care to admit. I used to ask myself the question, what do I want in life? What's my purpose in life? And I'd ask myself all the time. And every time I'd end up feeling so lost and so confused as it dawned on me that I didn't have a clue. And then I'd end up just feeling really crappy about it. And when I look back to that time in my life, I often compare it to the analogy of a fly. In that flies will find an open window and they'll fly into the room and they'll buzz around the room, and then when they want to leave, instead of flying back out the window they came in through, they fly straight into the glass. And then they buzz around the room and they fly straight into the glass. And then they start buzzing on the glass and like hitting off it as if somehow they're going to magically burst through. And you just sometimes think, you're such a silly fly, like if you just flew back a bit, you'd realise there's an open window right there for you to go through. Well, this was me, this was my life, this is what I was doing. I kept banging into that glass over and over and over again. And for me, on the other side of the glass was happiness, was contentment, was being fulfilled, was feeling satisfied. Because on the other side of my glass was where I knew what my purpose was in life. It was where I knew what my one true path was in life. It was where I had it all figured out and knew exactly what I was going to do. And on this side of the glass, well, that's where I didn't have a clue, I didn't have it figured out, and so therefore I felt like I couldn't be happy. And I sometimes think that in life, it's often the question itself, what is my purpose, that causes people so many problems. And I think that so many people feel burdened by the fact that they don't know what their purpose is, and they feel like they can only feel happy and fulfilled once they figure it out. But the truth is, sometimes in figuring out what your purpose is, you end up placing so many limitations and so many blocks in your life, and you stop yourself from being happy right now. You deny yourself the ability to feel happy and to feel joy and to feel contentment and fulfillment from what lies within you right now. And it's such a shame. But I honestly used to believe that everyone had a one purpose in life. So I'd sometimes look at people like really, really great pianists, for example, and be like, well, it's okay for you because you know what your purpose is. You know you're amazing at playing the piano, and that being a pianist is your calling in life. And I used to think that, then I used to be like, well, I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what I'm talented at. So I don't know what my calling is. I don't know what my purpose is. And therefore I ended up feeling totally lost and totally crappy. And the thing is that I don't actually believe anymore now that everyone has one finite purpose in life. And I think that that might be quite controversial to say, because I know that most people are always talking about, how to find your purpose in life. But the thing is, I just believe that for me, it's liberating to feel like I don't have to have a purpose, I don't have to figure it out. That's liberating, because I think that we're all evolving, we all change. What might fill us with excitement one year might bore us to death the next year. And so for me, I know that I want to live every day feeling happiness, feeling contentment, feeling satisfaction, and not have to wait until that happens, or until this happens, or until I achieve this, or until I get there, or until I have it all figured out. I want to allow myself to feel happy and fulfilled on the journey, and that's exactly what I did, and that's how I view things now, as an adventure, and it's fun and it's exciting, and I'm happy even though I don't know what's going to happen. I'm happy even though half the time I don't have a clue. I am still happy because I am on this adventure, and it is fun and it's exciting. And the thing is, when you switch to having that attitude, then you open yourself up to so many possibilities and opportunities and guidance, and that's when things actually start happening. That's when you start to live the life that you want to live and feeling fulfilled, and I suppose what some would say, probably living a purpose. But when you feel like you keep asking yourself, what's my purpose, and you don't know the answer, that's when you shut yourself off, because you're in this mindset of, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in life. And so you're closing yourself off to figuring it out, to discovering everything and living the life that you want to live and achieving the things that you want to achieve. So how do you actually then break through the glass window and get to the other side? Well, I think for me it was the realisation one day that if I wanted to be happy, I could be happy. And it dawned on me that I'd wasted so much time feeling so miserable and so crappy because I didn't know what I wanted in life. I hadn't got life figured out. And I realised no one has got life figured out. No one knows what's going to happen. And when I realised that I wasn't alone and that actually no one, I just don't think anyone has a clue. No one knows what's around the corner for them. No one does. And when I realised that, I felt it so liberating, and I was like, oh, so I can now just get on with living my life and doing my best and being happy and trying my best to achieve amazing things and not letting the fact that I didn't have a clue stop me. And that freed me from the paralysis that I had become accustomed to by thinking and worrying about and feeling this burden of the fact I didn't have a clue what to do in life, and I was just released from that. So I think you have to accept that it's okay, accept that it's okay not to have a clue, and don't worry about it. Just stop worrying, instead of panicking about the fact you don't have a clue, embrace it and see it as an adventure, see it as a journey, and it's exciting and it's fulfilling and it's your life. And see things like that. So if you ever start to worry, something that I often do is I'll stop thinking about it. I'll stop that thought that's making me feel worried and making me feel rubbish instantly, and think about something that makes me feel happy, something that makes me feel fulfilled. It might be a happy memory, or it might be a film that makes me feel inspired, or maybe it might be something that I want to do in the future. And I'll just switch my focus from thinking about something that worries me to thinking about something that makes me feel excited. And the thing is, we all have the power to do this. We all have the power to choose how we respond to the situation, and I think I say this all the time because I feel like it's one of the most powerful things that we have the ability to do. And when I look back on my life when I felt unhappy and didn't know what I was doing and felt confused, I was choosing to respond to the situation and feel bad about it, rather than now, when I don't have a clue, I choose to see it as exciting, as an adventure, and as part of life, as part of the journey and the process. And that shift in perspective, that shift in thought changes everything. You go from being closed off to being opened up, to receiving, to experiencing new opportunities, and to actually progressing and moving forward, which isn't that what we all want, really? So next time you start to worry or start to feel, really weighed down by the fact that you don't have a clue, just let it go. Just let it go. Figure out a way to release that thought and to accept it and to realise actually it's okay, and you can be happy right now and fulfilled and content, and you can get on with life and just go and live it and be it an adventure, and you have the ability within you to do that and to change your perspective. And when I changed my perspective, it really did just change my life. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, then please share it or please leave me a comment, and I will see you next time.